So then as I get my page up. Just hold on, do you tuko live pale. So long as I share this one to the other groups. Oops, just hold on. Just hold on kidogo as I post this in the comments, my guys. Just chill. Still studios. Just hold on kidogo. So we'll be covering this year's how the recap of the year has been. So in terms of how we started the year 2020, I can say at the beginning of the year there were a lot of things going on. First of all, Kenya, start with the, let's say in terms of Kenya Cup, KCB were going to defend their title, of which they successfully did against Cabras again. Going back tukiangalia this new season, Cabras are still at the top of the log, which was still the same thing last year. But ukiangalia this year, at the top of the table, three people look strong at the top of the table. Speaking of which, tukiangalia Cabras wameongeza pale juu, followed by KCB, who are also looking to be favorites of the season. Ukiangalia pia chini yao kuna Homeboys have always been looking good, but unfortunately one thing or the other they have not stepped up to the table. So tukiangalia highlights za 2019, the key highlight coming to the end of the year ilikuwa Homeboys kupiga obviously Cabras, which was also one of the key things. One of the key things that people said that we need to talk about was match officiating. That was in terms of how matches are being refed. So tukiangalia Kenya Cup, I'll take comments from a group. Most of the guys were saying that the officiating, yani the refereeing in the leagues is not up to par. Yeah, in general, in most leagues. So tukiangalia kwa one of our groups, this is a Kenya Rugby players group. One of Lujesi Kadambe anasema officiating in general in the leagues is quite under par, which is one of the things. Tukulikuwa na Dero alikuwa anasema calls marefu wana make is not that good. So that is another comment from the players. One of the guys is also saying in terms of consistency and interpretation of laws by officials and lapse in integrity, case study Mombasa. So most of the guys, even in the lower leagues, there is no consistency of refereeing particularly. So one of the areas what wanasema needs improvement is in terms of referee training, in terms of also how wanafaa kuwa up to par in the terms of changes of law. And tukiangalia one of the major contentious issues, ukiangalia also the previous season was when Nakuru faced Impala at home. rather in here in Nairobi. And the referee of the match that day was Constant Cup, and he ended up giving the two Nakuru players a red card, including the captain, which led to the players almost boycotting the match. So one of the issues most of the people wamekuwa complain ni inconsistency na referees in terms of how they also make their calls. Another one was also this season when Homeboys faced Mwamba also at Railway Club. One of the issues was the last penalty which Homeboys walked away. I think also a lot of refereeing in terms of how we are refereeing in terms of our calls. Our calls are not consistent, and you get even at times when even when you see the 7th circuit, a lot of coaches end up complaining that the refereeing is not up to par. And this was also a case in Nakuru when Nakuru played against Mwamba at home in the Prince Lu Sevens. Kuna call one of the refs alimake, which one of the made almost the tournament stop, but due to sanity prevailed. But one wengi wao wanasema, one of the many of the people wanasema kwanza tuko na Eliud hapa anasema it's not about payments. I remember we saw a FIFA ref accepting bribe to officiate in our favor. This is a culture that has to end. So kuna mtu anasema hapo in terms of corruptions. Kuna Walumbe anasema some are inherently Kenyan and do what any other Kenyan would have done. Some are semi-trained while some are quacks. Some are super good like Victor Udur and they do their jobs diligently. So tuko na issue where some referees are good kama huyo mwenye ame pinpoint Victor Udur, but in terms of a level playing field kwa maref, a lot of the refs in terms of ref is not up to date. Looking into 2020, tuko na also the Kenya Cup. Cabras are looking good on top of the table, but KCB with all the experience and in terms of player depth and capacity, mimi naweza sema bado KCB the title is theirs to lose. Tukiangalia also the changes 2019 imekuja nayo, tuko na Mitch who moved to Impala, and also what he has brought to the table has been Impala wamekuwa consistently improving, especially if you look at their forward pack. So one of the key things that Impala imekuwa iki lack was consistency, especially in their game management. So with Mitch moving to Impala, his home where he played for, we are like to tungependa kuona what he'll bring in 2020. Another thing that was a highlight of the year was that Kenya Sevens qualified for the Olympics again. Another highlight of the year was that also the Kenya Leones also got a chance to play for the Olympic qualifiers, which they have also played in the last Olympic qualifiers. And also in terms of sponsorship, the Kenya Sevens team walipewa sponsorship na Tusker, so which is a good thing. Tukiangalia in terms of Kenya Sevens and how they have been playing since Dubai was a bit shaky for the boys in terms of consistency, especially the top teams. So we played England and South Africa. Against Scotland it was a bit better. but where the team I feel is a bit lacking ni especially hapo kwa breakdown. Oh yes, tuko na players who are really good in contesting the racks, but when we face teams like South Africa, we lose ball at the racks, so which has not been helpful to us, especially ukiangalia team ka South Africa. They thrive off the breakdown and contact, so a lot has to be done also, although we have improved. One of the major points we've improved is at the kickoff, and right now we are keeping the ball more, which is also a good thing, which has also led to the team improving. But challenge, one of the major challenges of Pali team naona inafaa kuimprove going into 2020 is especially tukiangalia mambo za defense. The team is not that good, let's say defensively, because ukiangalia when we look at the pool matches in Cape Town against Samoa, we are tulikuwa tuna lead at a point 19-7 with 2 people down. Still we are still carrying the ball in the middle of the pitch. So I think still the boys need to know how to play together with each other, rather than also having a structure in terms of the ball traveling wide. Although tuko na big ball carriers, but defensively ukiangalia teams like New Zealand and South Africa, they are very good defensively, so that's defense wins you tournament, although we are good in attack. So that is one of the key things that needs to happen. Walumbe in our group bado alikuwa nasema Kiaru still needs to invest in training, not only for the boys but also for the coaches, and also for the referees in terms of game management. So that is a lot of, tukiangalia kwa page yetu ya Facebook, hebu tuangalia hapo ma comments. Tulikuwa na also top 10 young players to watch in 2020. So this is by Mickey Omwami. Tuko na Derek Ashiundu wa Western Bulls, who was also a key for the Bulls in terms of he's a good try scorer and he knows how to break defenses. Muhati Bob wa Homeboys alikuwa amenamed also as one of the key people to watch in 2020 in terms of also in my opinion akiongeza tu a bit of speed, he'll be a little player. Tukiangalia also Walter Okoth of Nakuru, he's also a good line breaker, and he's also instrumental for Nakuru. Combination tu yake is only if he needs a better inside center or outside center. Mike Okello from Mwamba is also one to watch. He also played for the Kenya team during the Safari Sevens. Tuko na Eugene Sifuna wa Cabras, who was also one to watch. Tuko na Jeff Okwach, although he has performed relatively well in the 7th game. 15s, I think he still needs a bit of room for improvement, especially in the 15th game. Tuko na Kwemba Omwela wa Oilers. He's also a winger, and his try scoring abilities makes him one to watch, but he's more of a Bali winger. Tuko na Tony Omondi wa Mwamba. He has really taken up the role at fly half for Mwamba. Achdeas Kwesa and Timothy Masi. Tukiangalia log for the Kenya Cup, Tuko na Cabras at 35 points going into next year. KCB wako pale at 34 points. Homeboys are number 3 at 33 points. Maybe in your opinion, who do you think this year, who do you think wanaweza beba hii kikombe this year in terms of Cabras, KCB, Homeboys? Tuko na Impala pale, Oilers at 5 and Stambik Mwamba at 6. In my opinion, the three people, it's either Cabras, KCB, Homeboys and Impala. Those are the people for me when it comes to playoff who will be a decider for the team. One of the key things that also may change 2019 was that in terms of Kenya Rugby, or not rather Kenya Rugby, World Rugby, they changed the format 7 series. So the guy who will top the pool is the only one who will proceed to the cup semis. So this was more to accommodate more of the female rather the women's game, since the format we are now seeing more men and women playing on the same day. So taangalia comments hapa kwa group. Peter Kamau alikuwa anasema that it's absurd. Brian Okutoi alikuwa anasema it's a lot of rubbish. Yawa. Joseph Musioka alikuwa anasema it's bullocks. Ian Karanja alikuwa anasema it's not good. Musungu Sasha alikuwa anasema the game will die. So Humphrey Telewa alikuwa anasema it's absurd. Radet Frank akasema these people fears, wanajua kitu tunaweza fanya hapo quarters. Eliud Karani wakasema crazy, they want easy things. Zablon Epsiko Matika aka explain further, wakasema reports indicate these changes were made to accommodate the women's tournament. And then Cheloti Michael akasema surely the women's game has grown to stand on its own. RB are being just disorganized. So that was Cheloti Michael's opinion. Ukiangalia in terms of James Omwansa alikuwa anasema it only favors the top 4 and it's not good at all. Obara Deno alikuwa anasema it kills competition. Boni Gori alikuwa anasema turning this beauty to explicit words over there. Tyson Asiago akasema kwani kuna Mkenya ashafika kwa RB offices anataka kukula tena. And then Caleb Maoya akasema it's such a mean decisions. So those were your comments for the year. So in terms of tukiangalia Cape Town Sevens, the top comments the Cape Town Sevens was yes we can from Soja Fra. In terms of the comments Kenya, the top comments for the Cape Town Sevens ilikuwa in terms of also the poolings of the Hamilton Sevens zinakuja, of which Kenya tuna face South Africa again, England and Japan. So this is almost like Cape Town Sevens again, not rather Cape Town Sevens but rather Dubai Sevens. So tukiangalia pale comments, Nikam MG akasema that there is little innovation in the team. Cape Town, once we played 7 against 5, we couldn't take the advantage. Mimi sio coach anyway. So Nikam MG anasema alikuwa anaongelea when we played against Samoa, at a time tulikuwa 7 versus 5 and yet we couldn't play. So in terms of 2v1 or creating 3v1 situations, I find that most of the boys wanna beba ball katikati instead of letting the ball do its work. But anyway, I'm not the coach, but just like Nikam amesema, Nafuna Simiyu anasema mara hii you have to nyorosha South Africa, overcome the English and Japanese all the way to the final and humble New Zealand at home. Ras Evans Mkenya akasema kwanza Kolo atakuwa area, know his motivation. So he's speaking also about Kolo being back in the other games. Tukiangalia also in terms of Kenya Cup, the upcoming fixtures for 2020, this coming weekend we have the Enterprise Cup preliminary round, and then followed by next Saturday on Saturday 11th tutakuwa na KCB versus Black Blood. KCB are at home. Tutakuwa na Kenya Harlequins versus Kisumu. Hapo in terms of also Kenya Harlequins and Kisumu are sitting at below the table. Queens will be looking to also get back to winning ways. I don't know how the season will perform for them, but tutaona at the end of the season how it will be for the Queens. Nakuru wana face Cabras pale Nakuru, so this is also a derby to watch. Nakuru versus Cabras, and then tuko na Meningayolas versus Mwamba. Oilers are at home. Last time Mwamba walimit Oilers, Mwamba wali beat them at home, so this time tutaona how it will be. And then Menengai Cream Homeboys versus Impala, that is also the other match of that will be also one of the matches of the week. And then tuko na Western Bulls versus Nondescripts. So in your opinion, who do you think this one it will go? So that was our news for this year's Kenya Rugby 2020. A lot has happened. Believe next year is another year to take it big in terms of Kenya Cup. Watu wana fight kufika the top of their game pale, whoever you are. Next year is another year to do it right. I'm not a motivational speaker, previously maybe in my other life, but the key thing I know is that whatever your vision is, you have to work toward your vision, and believe you have to reach where you have to be. For those maybe neza patiana maybe my experience, because my experience in other things apart from any let's say like business, because sport is just still like business. You have to in according to my experience, you have to accept rejection, and you have to also accept no's in whatever that you're doing, because at the end of the day you're still pushing for something. So tukiangalia hata let's say just like the Kenya team next year, they're in Hamilton. They have faced South Africa 2 times and they failed 2 times. So what's the new strategy as a seventh team, as Kenya? What can we do differently next year? How can we innovate as a person, as an individual, as a business, as a person, also in your personal life, in your business life, in your sporting life, in your relationships? What can you do differently to win? And then also thinking globally, speaking I'll give an example. This year imekuwa one of the breakout years for people like Bufa. So in terms of a player like him, what structures does he need? Mtu kama yeye, what can he do to improve his game? I believe already is a good player in terms of carrying the ball, but nikiangalia in terms of yeye, how can he also play better in terms of anaweza ongeza step kwa his game, anaweza after ku bosh one person amegonga mtu moja, anaweza look to offload to his second man, because hapo ndio game yake ita improve, because already he knows how to carry the ball, he knows how to break the gain line, he knows. But in order for somebody like Bufa to be a better player, the thing that will make him a better player is to make the people that he plays beside him better. Anaweza make watu mtu anacheza kando yake ashine kama yeye, hiyo ndio ita make him a better player than what he is, because at the end of the day he's already a better player, but a better player knows how to make the people around him better. So in terms of also how he is, in terms of tukiachana even what he's doing on the pitch, he's already a brand. So in terms of him, anaweza jijengaje brand name yake Bufa iko kitu kama business, in terms of anaweza jimekia matisho zake aziuze, anaweza jimekia brand yake akwe na vitu zake, because naonanga anapenda kudance. So kani let's say leverage jina yake ikwe brand, atafute hata sponsorship let's say na watu kama Vas Ngoma, watu wana nini, ama watu wana nini, wanauzia artists ngoma zao, because he plays at an international level. So akona chance to make his name also a brand. So in terms of the Kenyan players, we need to also think beyond just rugby. How can we leverage ourselves as individual to be a brand, to also think beyond once my career on the pitch imeisha nitafanya nini. So future thinking, long term thinking, though I feel that most of the players, because you are looking at the facet of the game pali in let's say 5 years, let's say you'll not be playing rugby. Mtu kama okay, we give let's say in 10 years time, how you are as a player right now, and in 10 years you'll not be the same player at the same time. Maybe utakuwa graduate. So if we can get more of the Kenyan players to think of themselves as brands, because kuna watu tumekuwa na watu wengi wamekuja into the game, but they haven't leveraged what they are as a name. I'll still go back to Bufa because it's the best case scenario. Right now anajijengia jina, and is becoming a world name, a global name that is being celebrated. But also as a person, how does he leverage beyond just being a player on the pitch, just that fame on the pitch? Can he grow his influence to a product, akwe na product yake, yani seme kama anaweza kuwa na even wristbands zake zenye ako na website yenye hata akipost vitu zake kwa Twitter page yake, watu wanaweza enda abai vitu kutoka kwake. Anaweza make pia profile yake, pia ajitengenezea showreel yake, atafute even let's say because anaweza jaribu also trying to play professional level beyond Kenya, and that's how you grow. Because tumekuwa na watu kama like Smurf, tumekuwa na watu kama Ombasa. These are the same guys who played international level, and they have managed kwenda to other countries, and usai wanacheza at least, even if it is not fully professional, but it is semi-professional. So long term thinking, most of our players, kitu naweza sema 2020, you as a player, you need to think what can you do, what can you do to stand beyond the rest. Strategy gani, what can you do innovatively as a player to build your brand as a person. When you are a brand on the pitch, watu wanakusifu on the pitch, but convert that into a product, because at the end of the day Right now tunaongea mambo ya gava kuja utusaidie gava, kuja usaidie kulipa sponsorship. But what can we do as individuals? Tunaweza take the destiny into our own hands to build ourselves as a product. So that has been enough for me. My lessons for 2020: learn to accept rejection, take your destiny into your own hands, usiachie mtu destiny kwe his own hands. So wishing you much success in your journey in 2020. Hizo dreams umekuwa ukibelieve, work on them. It might not come true in 2020, but keep working. Bora umeshaanza, it doesn't mean that 2020 ndo lazima your destiny happen. 2020 inaweza kwa mlango ya mtu mwingine imefunguka, lakini work for yours, your time, work for your time. Patience. Cheers. Lastly, subscribe pale YouTube at Sydney Sino. Watu wamekuwa kinifollow, mafans wangu. Follow pale YouTube Sydney Sino. Be posting great stuff. Yeah, cheers and see you have a awesome 2020.